Tyres, markings, numbers, what do they all mean? Catch you inside.
RevelatorAlf.
Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. Hope you enjoy the channel and the series of videos. Please like, share, subscribe, leave loads of comments below and check out the website RevelatorAlf.com. So in this video I'm talking about Harley Davidson motorcycle tyres, specifically for this video Softail series on the M8 Milwaukee 8 engines, and I'm on the Softail Sport Glide here. Now I wanted to talk about motorcycle tyre choices and potentially which are the best for certain conditions. Now these Harley Davidson Scorcher tyres, these Michelin 31s that are on the Sport Glide, and for most of the Softails actually, are actually, pretty good. I've got to say I've been really impressed with them overall, but they are a little bit suspect in the wet and the damp conditions. I already found that out. There seems to be a lot of power going through the rear tyre, a lot of torque, and that seems to spin up the tyre if you're not 100% careful with your throttle control. Anyway, so I'm looking for potentially another tyre, once these have worn down of course, that'll be good in the dry but also good in the wet. Now I used to ride with Michelin PR3s and PR4s, great tyre, both in the dry but certainly in the wet, fantastic. Had a higher wear rate, that's for sure, but that was a compromise on them. But they were a great tyre. Unfortunately, they don't make a tyre for this bike, okay, or for this size rim. Now, I'm going to explain what they are. So first of all, the front tyre here, it's a 130, let me just get that right. Yeah, it's a 130/70 tyre. So what does that mean? The 130, the first set of numbers, if I just show you here, right there, if I just turn that around, 130/70 B18. Okay, so the first set, the 130, that means the width of the tyre in millimeters, so 13 centimeters or 130 millimeters. The second set of numbers, 70/70, is not actually the height of the tyre in millimeters, it's actually a percentage, the height expressed as a percentage of the width. So 70% of 130. So let's say if you had a 170 tyre, that'd be a 100 mil width tyre, and that would be 70% of 100 mil would be 70 mil. This is 130, so 70% of that, do the math, okay? B means that it's a belted bias type of tyre, or bias belted, whichever way you want to call it. It's basically the construction of the tyre, what type of tyre it is. It could be a radial, a bias tyre, bias belted tyre. There's so many different types, but for motorcycle tyres usually it's a radial or a bias belted or a bias tyre. And the 18, that is the actual diameter of the rim, the actual inside, the inner diameter of the tyre that needs to go on that rim. So that's what those numbers mean. 130, the first set of numbers before the slash, is the width. The second set of numbers is the height of the tyre as a percentage expression of the width. The B letter, whatever letter it is the type of construction. It's usually going to be a B or a dash or an R. Okay, R means radial, and the dash just means bias tyre. And then the number after that, 18, 21, 19, whatever it is actually the diameter of the rim. Now, there's another set of numbers on here that you really want to pay attention to. And right at the end here, it will say MC, denoting motorcycle tyre. Then on here on the front tyre, it's 63H. So the numbers actually mean the maximum loading weight allowed on that tyre. So let me just look at my chart here. So 63 is actually code numbering for 272 kilos or 600 pounds. That's the maximum weight loading on the front tyre. The H is actually the speed rating, the maximum speed rating at the maximum load. And this is code for 130 miles an hour. So the front tyre can do only 130 miles an hour, absolute maximum. Now, the rear tyre on the Sport Glide is it's a 150/80 B16, so that's 150mm wide tyre. 80% of that is the height of the tyre. It's a bias belted type of construction. It's a 16-inch diameter tyre. And it's a 77H. Well, the H we already know is 130 miles per hour maximum. And let me just check my tyre here. Yes, so the maximum loading for 77 is 412 kilos, and that's 908 pounds. So what does that mean? Well, basically, you've got the maximum weight of the Sport Glide is 317 kilos in running order. You add another 100 kilo rider, 120 kilo rider, you can already see that's over the maximum weight on that rear tyre. But it isn't, okay? You've got to consider the actual total weight going through the tyre and also the rear tyre. It's actually divided between them because the centre of mass is actually in between the two tyres, so it's never really exceeded. But it's something you want to be aware about if you're carrying a pillion and also heavily loaded with bags. You might be encroaching on the maximum load on that rear tyre, so that's something to be aware of. Now, can you uprate the tyres? Well, yes, you can, but you don't want to go against the manufacturer's recommendations if at all possible. But you possibly might be able to do that. You might be able to go for a higher speed rating. You might be able to go for a higher load rating on the tyres. But there's always an offset. There's always an offset. There's always a disadvantage to that. Most notably with cruiser tyres, they're a little bit higher load ratings, higher speed ratings will be a stiffer tyre as well. Probably a lower profile tyre as well, so the ride comfort won't be as good. Maybe the wear might be more excessive as well, so there's something you've got to be aware of. In the UK right now, possible alternatives for the Harley Davidson Michelin 31 Scorcher tyres. You've got the Avon Cobra Chrome, seems to be a really popular tyre. Has good latitude across the different riding conditions, so I've been told. Metzler do a set. Now Dunlop also apparently do a set, but I could only find the front tyre size. I couldn't find the rear tyre size, so that's, you know, it's something to be aware of. Now I've been told that the Metzlers aren't very good. I don't know that for sure because I haven't tried them. I wish they did the Michelin P3s or P4s, but they don't do that. So it looks like that I'll probably be going for the Cobra Chrome on the Avon tyres. But anyway, let me know what you think. Let me know what sort of tyre that you would go for, and what is the best tyre across all weather conditions, especially during the wet, and what the wear pattern is like. That's really important. But also another thing I want to tell you about is actually, if you actually go to the website RevelatorAlf.com, you'll actually see a page there called Harley Parley. Or Harley Parlay, and basically it's just Harley talk, right? Now I've put two files on there. So the first file is a faults and fixes file. So basically lots of faults that are coming out with the Sport Glide and the Softail range, but predominantly the Sport Glide. I've started to create a little database there, so you can go and access it, download it, and you can also send in your faults and I can add it to that list as well. So that's free for you to use. There's also another tyre specification downloadable document, PDF file, and that's all the Softails with all the markings explained, all about the tyre construction and all the speed ratings, load ratings as well. And that's for your reference as well. So it's a quick reference of all the Softails. Anyway, hope this helps. Hope you found that useful. Please like, share, subscribe, leave loads of comments below. As I say, check out that website, RevelatorAlf.com/Harley Parley. And well, catch you on the next video, coming very, very soon. Ta-da now.